Good afternoon, one and all. I am Dr. Nidhi Saxena, Assistant Professor, Department of Law, Sikkim University. I am presenting before you my study on online work culture and issues of cyber crime. Information and communication technologies are extremely transformative in nature. When we talk about an activity, it is not that we can conduct that activity independently of the medium through which the activity is conducted or independently of the people who are conducting that activity. The medium through which the activity is conducted and the individuals who are conducting the activity all influence the activity. Taking the present case, that is the conduct of classes, we have shifted over to the online medium. Now it is not the question that one is adapted to offline classes and it is taking time to adapt to online classes. It is also not the case that the internet is poor or the students may be lacking resources in terms of computers and laptops to access online classes. These are transient issues and they would be resolved with the passage of time. The primary question here is whether the culture of online education is undergoing a change. How are the teachers providing instructions to the wards? Is the teacher the final source of authority or it would become a student-led teaching? Once we move into the online environment, the student would not be dependent on the instructional material provided by the teacher, but since the student is in an online environment, he or she would naturally look into other areas and educate himself regarding the topic. The role of the teacher in the classroom was leading the students towards information. Online education could make the role of the teacher of being a problem solver rather than a leader. The entire social order is coming under threat. Instead of the emphasis on interpersonal relationships, the emphasis would probably shift towards individualism. Of course, once the social structures undergo a change, the crimes too would undergo a change. Crimes take place in a society. Crimes are not done by animals and therefore there would not be a crime if there is a single isolated individual. Once the social order or the social structure undergoes changes, the nature of crimes would also undergo changes. It is not that the crimes that were being conducted in the physical world would simply be transported to the cyber world. Some of them would be. However, new categories of crimes would emerge and they would require different solutions. Take the case of a recent incident, the boys' locker room. It started with something different and has turned into something different. Nothing has happened in the real world. No one is physically hurt. The person who probably has been harmed never even knew that she has been harmed till it came out into the open. Isn't cybercrime completely different from real world crimes? In the real world, once a crime is committed, you are hurt first and the rest follows later. In the cyber world, the entire sequence is turned upside down. Do you really think that the mechanism we have adopted for solving cases in the real world are applicable to the cyber world? Of course, in maybe majority of instances they are, but certainly they cannot be all. Now, with the increase in cyber activities, we would come across a large number of cyber incidents which at present we could even imagine. However, we need to be prepared to tackle those incidents as and when they arise, and for this we are looking at this training program. This lecture will walk you through the existing knowledge on cybercrime and the general steps that can be taken for its prevention and for bringing in the law enforcement authorities. The template that exists for solving cybercrime cases today would likely help in solving these cyber incidents that would arise in future. Now the next question that we face is defining cyber crime. We can understand from our previous discussion that it is difficult to define cybercrime. It is not a simple question of stating that crimes that take place in the physical world when transferred to the cyber world become cyber crimes. As you can understand, this is almost a very imprecise and imperfect definition or description. Physical harm cannot be caused directly through the cyber world. I am not talking about setting connected systems to behave in an irregular way such that it can cause harm. Say changing the programming of a robot to cause harm. I am talking about crime in the usual sense of the term, like physically hurting a person. Since I have taken the example of a robot hurting a person, let us continue with the example. A robot cannot hurt a person till it is connected to the system and the system is compromised, while the person who made the system to malfunction is definitely at fault. Was it not the duty of the person creating or managing the system to ensure to the extent possible that the system works in the fashion it was required to? In the physical world, if suppose a car is there, it is expected of the manufacturer to incorporate safety features into the car, which can only be bypassed through skilled people, and even in such cases where the safety features have been bypassed, it would very likely become known that the safety features have been bypassed. In the case of the cyber world, if the manufacturer of a cyber system fails, can a responsibility be fixed upon him that the manufacturer didn't want? Can you fix responsibility upon any of the social media sites that they are not responsible enough to safeguard children from harm? All that the sites do is that they ask you to confirm your age, and thereafter you are free to access anything on the net depending upon your skill. Is that possible in the real world? In the cyber world, thus the responsibility is that of the perpetrator of cybercrime and not of the intermediary. This makes the nature of cybercrime very different from real world crimes. We can therefore describe cybercrimes instead of defining it. A small description of cybercrime could be thus: cybercrime is a stealing of identity of a person, stealing of intellectual property rights of an organization, violating privacy, committing fraud through online channels, counterfeiting and money laundering through online channels, terrorism activities through cyber means, disruption of digitally connected systems such as electricity grid or traffic light, etc. Now I will give a break to you. An assignment form is being circulated to you that takes 10 minutes to fill and submit. The form will be treated as assignment as well as attendance. Please fill and submit immediately. We will join back after 15 minutes.